Well, welcome to yet another episode of the Heritage series today. Now, we will be exploring another heritage structure of Bengaluru, which is over 200 years old, and we leave you with this.
While there are a lot of beautiful heritage structures in Bengaluru, all is not well with them. A lot of them have fallen into disrepair and neglect and are in need of care and attention. This is an indication to all of us that we must value our heritage and preserve it for the future generations to witness.
Welcome to yet another episode of Exploring Your City with me, Aparna Vinod. I'm the founder of the Craft Caravan and I enjoy heritage and history. Among the bustle of Kalasipalayam is one of the 4 armories of Tipu Sultan. This structure right behind me is 200 years old. This is where Tipu, the relentless warrior and military tactician, stored his arms and ammunition. Summer Palace, the armories and the Bangalore Fort are all in close proximity to each other. Historians state that in this armory in Kalasipalayam was where the missiles and ammunition were stored. In the close by Tara Mandalpet area, which is near Raja Market, was where the missiles were manufactured and tested. In the night, the missiles would be fired, lighting up the entire sky, hence the name Tara Mandalpet. Tipu fought many relentless battles against the British and was a military tactician. It was he who introduced rocket artillery to the world. After the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, the British captured a whole load of Mysore rockets, which helped them develop their rocket technology. In fact, the Congreve rocket was inspired by Tipu's rocket technology and was used in the Napoleonic Wars.
As a warrior and tactician, Tipu Sultan was well known for a range of things, right from his use of rockets and rocket launchers to using the design of his forts against his enemies.
The armory is built below ground level with very few entrances to store and stock ammunition safely. The style is still relevant today and is being put to use.
The armory was in a very bad state earlier with a lot of vandalism by miscreants as well as defacing of the walls and littering inside. The armory is in a better shape now though, thanks to the efforts of a private citizen and engineer who has taken a deep interest in preserving the monument. The citizen has taken permission from the Karnataka Archaeological Department to keep the heritage site clean.
Yes, certainly there is a hope for restoration because we have to hope for good. Now what happened is, to be frank enough, the situation right now is in a standstill position because the Karnataka Archaeological Department has owned the responsibility of it. The Honorable Commissioner has assured me that he would take necessary steps. He's been very kind enough and since very long time they have been helping around that place to restore it in a proper manner. So he is awaiting for some funds from the government, and I have also requested the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, he's been kind enough to acknowledge my request. He said that he would take it under its protection, since that property doesn't come under, that monument doesn't come under the jurisdiction of the ASI, Central Archaeological Department. So I requested the Honorable Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to direct his administration to take up this monument under their protection.
Afzal Ahmed, the current caretaker of Tipus Armoury, has taken it upon himself to see to it that no further harm is done to this ancient monument and it is preserved for future generations.
Because this is a place wherein the Tipu Sultan, who used to store his ammunitions over there, the rockets over there. So my humble request to the government as well as other defense organizations in Bangalore, because Bangalore happens to be a hub of defense organizations like DRDO, ISRO, HAL, NAL. So if they can just come forward to give some of the prototypes of the rockets for as an education to to the youngsters, they can display their they can make use of that place as a museum, and they can display those prototypes of them so that it becomes an inspiration for the younger generation. The purpose has to be solved. But the purpose is not to get fence up that monument and keep it as it is. You have to make use of that monument, because that's the only armory that is there in Bangalore. And he not only fought for the country, but he in terms of science and technology, he contributed a lot. And that has been acknowledged by the Europeans as well as the Americans. If you go to NASA, you have a prototype of his rockets being displayed over there. So why don't we come up with a small museum over there, wherein we show that we Indians, did contribute in terms of rocket science technology 300 years back. And we have an ample proof for that, supporting proofs also.
He wants government as well as private organizations to come forward to convert the armory into a museum. He hopes that such a museum would serve in educating the youngsters about our ancestors' contribution to science and technology.
Tipu's magnificent 200-year-old armory lies in disrepair and neglect in the bylanes of Kalasipalayam. Neither of the government agencies show any interest in maintaining or conserving this heritage building. There has been appeals from certain historians to companies to ask them to convert this into a museum, considering so much has happened here in history. All parts of this armory have been encroached upon, and a lot of the walls, as you would see, are falling apart. Maybe it's time for us to ask ourselves, why do we treat our heritage with such disregard? What are we leaving our children with to look back with in pride?
With camera persons Madan Kumar and Abu Bakr Sadiq, Zikran Shamsuddin for Newsline.